I'm Kelsey Wingert, and you're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Hi, this is Phil Necro. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
This is Walk the Banks, and I'm on deck with Tyler Redmond.
Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. I'm really excited to be with you today. Let's jump right into this hot topic. It's been everywhere lately in Braves country. Will Josh Donaldson be back with the Braves? So, who's made an offer to compete with the Braves? The Nationals and the Twins have both made four-year offers to Josh Donaldson to bring him to their teams. And why hasn't he accepted any of those, you might ask? What does JD want? He wants to be back with the Braves. He's pretty much exclusively said it. That makes me excited for a lot of reasons. One, it could bring a former MVP back to the Braves, but also it makes me excited that he wants to be a part of the Braves. He doesn't want to be a part of the Braves for their funds or their cash. He wants to be a part of the Braves because of what he sees coming up in the ranks. He sees the potential for a World Series ring, and he wants to be a staple on a World Series team. The Braves are capable of winning a World Series today. Look at who won it last year, the Nationals. The Braves washed the floor with the Nationals last year head-to-head. They could have won a World Series. They didn't play well against the Cardinals. But let me throw in a huge however. Donaldson is going to go in wherever the money leads him. If that's the Braves, so be it. I just don't see that being the case. This is probably Josh's last chance for a major long-term contract, and I don't think the Braves' priorities line up with giving him that. With that being said, don't be fooled into thinking he's going to give a hometown discount. No matter how much he likes the Atlanta atmosphere, I just don't see that happening. The Braves' priorities, like I said, don't line up with Josh Donaldson's. The Braves have money, yes, but they don't have Philadelphia money. They don't have the New York money where they can just spend it just to spend it. They've never been that type of team. They're not going to start now. Remember when everybody wanted Craig Kimbrell to come back to Atlanta, and he wanted this multi-million-dollar deal, and did the Braves cave when the pressure was on? No. Was it the right choice? Absolutely. Look for the Braves to make a choice that follows the model of the most for the least. Last year they got a one-year, $23 million deal with Donaldson. It was a good pickup for the year. If it was a good pickup for this year, they'd do it. I just don't see them making a four-year commitment to a certain player. So what does AA want? Alex Anthopoulos has been awesome about keeping things under wraps. I think he would take JD back with excitement. I think he'd be very happy to get Donaldson back, but for the right price. I do not see him breaking a sweat over getting a third baseman. The third baseman market is wide open right now. Anthony Rendon just went to the Angels. Chris Bryant is supposedly on the market. Johan Camargo or Austin Riley are readily available with the Braves right now. That trade market, that wide open trade market, leads me to another point. Remember last year, the Braves never jumped on anyone even when their bullpen was dreadful. I mean, it was awful there for a while. Finally, Keuchel was added to the starting rotation. Shane Green and Melanson and even Chris Martin were brought in. They brought in much-needed relief to a bullpen that was struggling. But here's the unspoken reality when it comes to that third base position on the Atlanta Braves. Austin Riley is still an Atlanta Brave, and I think he's been forgotten about. I really do. I saw an article today, voice kind of what I'm going to say in the next 5 minutes. You can go check it out if you want to. It's Tomahawk Take, Jake Mastroianni. He worded it in a way that I couldn't really word the other day in the video I did concerning Josh Donaldson on my channel. You can check it out. Here's a link right there. But Austin Riley. Remember all the hype that surrounded Austin Riley when he first came up? The future third baseman of the Atlanta Braves. At the time, everyone was talking about his home run power that he had in the minors. He hit a ton of them in the minors. Even me, I personally drove to SunTrust Park just to watch his debut. By the way, in that debut, he hit a home run on his first night in the big leagues. For that first month, he was untouchable. He struggled later, had a lot of struggles. Once everybody found out he couldn't hit a slider, he was blind at the plate. But he's had an offseason to work on it. He's 22 years old. He's full of untapped potential. With that being said, even if Josh comes back, I don't want to see Austin Riley traded. He's got too many years in front of him. He's too much of a valuable piece in the Braves organization right now. I just don't want that. I don't want him gone. And I think somebody like the Cubs would be looking for an Austin Riley or Drew Waters or a William Contreras or a Christian Pache because that's what teams see in Atlanta. They don't see money. They see prospects. Braves farm system, you've heard it for the past 5 years, ever since they started this rebuild, has been full of amazing prospects. Those are just a few of them. We're at the peak right now. We're at the point where these prospects have started showing up. They've started showing what they can do. Ronald Acuna is the prime example. There's plenty of them. Mike Soroka, Max Fried. There's tons of untapped potential in the prospects. Riley is who they got at third base. I don't want to see him go for a Chris Bryant 2-year deal. Just don't, or it could be a 1-year deal. We don't even know what Chris Bryant has. That's why when people come to me about Chris Bryant, I stray away from that. I can't really get on that bandwagon. I wouldn't hate Chris Bryant becoming a Brave. I wouldn't mind it at all in the right circumstances, and I don't think these are the right circumstances. You know what? Let's take a minute. Let's look at Chris Bryant's stats last year. He played 147 games. He hit .282, had 31 homers. Now let's take a step back for a second. Let's look at Josh Donaldson's stats. 155 games played, .259 average, 37 homers. They're comparable numbers. However, Chris Bryant only has 2 years left on his contract. That's a max. It could only be 1 year. Riley could be ready before that ends. I really think he's going to turn into a good hitter. And like I said, the Cubs are not coming for cash. They're only looking for prospects. So let me ask you, are you ready to give up a Drew Waters, a William Contreras, or even a Christian Pache? I'm not. Are you? I don't want to see those guys leave Atlanta. I think they're built for the future in Atlanta. I think that's what they have been. I think that's been the plan for a long time. All in all, I think Double-A is going to make the right choice. I don't want to give up the farm. I would much rather at third base, you know what, if we don't get Chris Bryant or Josh Donaldson, I would much rather see a platoon at third base. Give me a mixture of all the guys on the bench. We got Johan on the bench right now. We got Austin Riley on the bench right now. Charlie Culberson just signed a minor league deal. Who knows what he'll be. I think there's plenty of other alternatives than spending money and losing prospects. But that might not be what you think. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you disagree with me, that's fine. Just give me an explanation why. Spring training's not that far away, guys, so make sure you like and subscribe so you can see all the content and hit that bell for notifications so you can click it as soon as it comes out. And I'll see you next time on deck.